1.33 billion naira to the Ondo State House of Assembly in Akure. The acting governor said the estimate tagged budget of economic resilience was prepared on the premise of stakeholders' contributions. Ayedatiwa said the projected revenue is largely a function of some major macroeconomic fundamentals contained in the 2024 to 2026 medium-term expenditure framework and the fiscal strategy paper earlier passed by the House of Assembly. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole reports that the budget will be funded majorly from statutory allocation, internally generated revenue, grants and value-added tax.
Presentation of year 2024 budget speech.
Christened Budget of Economic Resilience, the 2024 appropriation bill of 384.533 billion naira was presented to the Ondo State House of Assembly by Acting Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa following a motion by the majority leader of the House, Oluwole Ogunmolashoyi, and seconded by Abayomi Akinterenwa. The acting governor said the objectives of the 2024 budget will be achieved through full automation of all forms of revenue collection and expansion of the tax net with data-driven tax administration, leveraging on donor and development partners' support in funding key intervention programs, creating employment and jobs in agribusiness and tech-related enterprises.
The objectives of 2024 budget are as follows: to invest in human capital development with renewed vigor, to achieve independent revenue collection for attainment of financial resilience and sustainability, to optimize resource inflow and expand fiscal space locally and globally, to expand the scope and reach of social safety nets and economic support programs to the deserving citizens of the state, to develop agricultural value chain and promote expansion of agricultural productivity to enhance food security, to stimulate rural economy, to ensure effective transportation system for economic growth and development, to address environmental degradation occasioned by climate change, to adhere to development policy and ensure fiscal discipline and safeguard lives and livelihood in a secure environment. Total being 384 billion 533 million naira.
The acting governor reaffirmed the commitment of the present government to grow every sector of the state's economy while improving the living standard of the people.
Our efforts are providing measures in the form of food items, cash transfers, salary adjustment, payment of pension and arrears of gratuity, provision of farm inputs, etc., to our people to cushion the effects will continue.
Ayedatiwa said infrastructure development has 24.8% of the budgetary provision, which is the highest, while 21.4% goes to public finance and education takes 5.5%. He appreciated the support of the 10th Assembly for the executive and thanked people of the state for their prayers for Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu.
I want to specifically thank you for your support for this administration and also for your unrelenting prayers for our governor, especially during this challenging moment. He said, I must thank the good people of Ondo State for their outpouring affection and supplication for Mr. Governor and for the peace of Ondo State. The able God who has started the good work of healing in our governor's land will bring it to perfection.
The Speaker, Olamide Oladiji, after receiving the budget with the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. I have it.
The bill, after sailing through the second reading, was committed to the Committee on Finance and Appropriation. From the Ondo State House of Assembly in Akure, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
In the meantime, Ondo State government says it is committed to the completion of the Sunshine Food Processing Company, the egg plant. Acting Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who received in audience the chairman of the committee of Sunshine Food Processing Company, Engineer Ife Oyedele in Akure, said the state government will not shy away from efforts at improving the living standards of the people. Government has Wahab Bankole again completes the story.
The delegation of the Sunshine Food Processing Company Limited was led to the office of the Governor of Ondo State by its chairman, Mr. Ife Oyedele. The people were in the Sunshine State to meet minds with the acting governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, on the ongoing egg power plant project at Emurele in Owo local government area of the state. The project, inaugurated by Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, is a public-private partnership arrangement. The chairman, Sunshine Food Processing Company Limited, Mr. Ife Oyedele, said the importance of the plant to the socio-economic prosperity of the state is numerous.
To serve as a revenue earner for Ondo State, to increase productivity of the people, to increase employment, and provide employment for scores of our young people who are busy running around without much hope. And then to ensure that even our farmers and who produce egg can have a place to, and then it can be a source of revenue and foreign exchange for the country. The country spends a lot of money to import egg powder, but once this project is completed, will be a net foreign exchange earner. This factory is intended to utilize 500,000 eggs a day. 500,000 eggs a day. As at the moment, we are only trying to make sure that we get all, through the help of Mr. Lu, to get all our farmers into a cooperative and then get all of the suppliers of egg. Because 500,000 eggs a day is a lot.
The acting governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who said the completion of the project is of utmost importance to the Akeredolu administration, said a number of factors had militated against its early completion. Aiyedatiwa said the state government will leave no stone unturned towards the actualization of the project.
And if that come upstream, will be exporting, apart from local consumption. And our poultry farmers, they already have ready market to supply their products. So huge benefits, not only by the employment and internal revenue generation for the state. On our part, as the government, we are committed to the completion because the conception at the beginning by this administration, under the leadership of our governor, it's a great conception. And you know, when a woman conceives, you want to give birth after 9 months or about that time. So there's always a delivery period. So we have envisaged a delivery period, completion period this time around. But having these delays, which we are going to be looking into in terms of finance and other variables.
The acting governor said the government is resolute in making the state an investment haven. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
The acting governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, has asked Christians to be conscious of the reason for the birth of Jesus Christ. At the state's 2023 Carols and 9 Lessons of International Culture and Event Center in Akure, the acting governor, while appealing to the people of the state to be modest in celebrating Christmas, reaffirmed the commitment of the present administration to overall development. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole also reports that the acting governor urged prayers for the full recovery of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, who is on medical vacation.
That highlights the 2023 Ondo State Government Carols and 9 Lessons, which was part of activities marking the Christmas celebration in the state. After reading the lessons from the Holy Book by prominent citizens, it was time for exhortation. The Bishop of Akoko Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Jacob Bada, reminded Christians of the second coming of Jesus, noting that Christmas is a season of forgiveness. The cleric harped on the need for the people of the state to be united for prosperity.
At Christmas, Jesus is the reason for the season. It's not a founder of religion. It's not a founder of a movement. It's a giver of life.
The acting governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, said the grace of God has been sufficient for the people and the state, and emphasized that religion should be the promoter of peace and unity.
We should therefore reflect on the major reasons for the season and rededicate our lives to the values, virtues, and attributes of Christ. We must embrace and promote common good, love, peace, and concern for one another. It is my sincere prayer that this year's celebration will cause our people to grow above ethnicity, petty-mindedness, hatred, and join hands together to build a state that is defined by faith, love, and brotherliness.
Aiyedatiwa, who urged people of the state on peaceful coexistence, tasked religious leaders to continually preach good morals. He rallied continuous support for the Akeredolu administration and renewed commitment to the welfare of citizens.
The acting governor, who described the season as solemn for him and the people of Ondo State, due to the absence of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, who is on medical vacation, urged Christians to be rational and modest in celebrating the season. He also urged more prayers for Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredelu's quick recovery.
This year's celebration is indeed a solemn one for us, the state, and for me as an individual. This is as a result of the absence of our beloved leader, Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, SANCON, who is at present on a medical leave, and it is my prayer and our prayers that God will show him mercy and he will return to us better than he left.
The event also witnessed special prayer and cutting of the Christmas cake.
We lift up our dear Arakuri, Governor of Ondo State, who is currently sick and receiving treatment. We ask you to bring healing and restoration to his body. We pray for the acting governor, Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa. We pray that you, O Lord, will grant him wisdom and love as he carries out his duty of leading Ondo State during this time.
From the International Culture and Event Center, the Dome in Akure, Wahab Bankole, OSRC.
In the same vein, the OSRC Media Group, owner of OSRC TV, Orange 94.5 FM and Sunshine 96.5 FM Alalaye, has reaffirmed its commitment to humanity. Chairman of the media group, Kunle Adebayo, stated the promise during its service of carols and nine lessons held at African Church Ebenezer Cathedral, Akure, Ondo State Capital. Omoro Elaubeji has details.
The season of the year that OSRC Media Group brings together ministers of God, choirs of different denominations to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. OSRC Media Group Choir opened the floor with a song titled Ife Olorun Senior, while the chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Ondo State, Reverend Father Anselm Olugunwa, took the first lesson.
Your head, and you shall bruise his feet. The word of the Lord.
Various soul-lifting song ministrations dominated the carol service with the 9 lessons from various verses of the Holy Bible, of which one was taken by the Iralepo of Isekon, Oba Oluwagbemiga Ajimokunola.
And the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord.
The guest minister from God Liveth Worldwide Ministry, Dr. Soji Gbadebo, maintained that the coming of Jesus Christ is
to rescue man, is to deliver man, to bring man from the down deep. And because no man can help man, man cannot even help himself except the blood of the sinless man in Christ Jesus.
Dignitaries at the event lauded OSRC Media Group for impacting society through the message of Christmas.
To really put hands, join their hands together to actually do things like this.
We look at this season as a season of joy, season of merriment. I think to the Christians, we are telling them that Christ himself is joy.
Others called for humility, exemplified by Jesus Christ.
It's all about celebrating Jesus Christ. But one of the most important things is humility. The only Savior we have under heaven is Jesus Christ. If it is true that you accept Jesus Christ, you must run for sin.
Earlier in his welcome address, Chairman, OSRC Media Group, Kunle Adebayo, who was represented by a member of the top management, Sir Steve Alabi, thanked God for making the event a reality, with a promise that the group will not relent in serving the good people of Ondo State and beyond.
Apart from the fact that we are broadcasters and journalists and engineers, men and women of faith, every week we churn out programs that deal with the faith of the people. So this is one opportunity for us to express our social responsibility to Christians. During Islamic festivals, we do similar things. We bring preachers to the studio to preach to the people. So this one is what we do for the Christians. And I think it's a good thing.
At the event, staff members of OSRC TV, Orange 94.5 FM and Sunshine 96.5 FM Alalaye expressed their delight in identifying with the Christian community. Omoriola Biji, OSRC News.
Under State Internal Revenue Service, ODIRS, in partnership with United Nations Development Programme and Joint Tax Board, has organized training on taxation for judicial officers and the legislature in the state. ODIRS Chairman Tolu Adegria said the training is to keep the two arms of government, the legislature and judiciary, abreast of the changing dynamics in tax matters. Osrc's Said Aridisala reports that it also seeks to enhance taxation administration in Ondo State for more development and less burden to residents.
It is the first of its kind taxation training for judicial officers and members of the House of Assembly in Ondo State. The training, which is organized by Ondo State Internal Revenue Service (ODRS), had in attendance justices of the State High Court, magistrates, and top officials of the judiciary, as well as the legislature. Chairman of ODRS, Tolu Adegbiyen, said the need to train the officials is to further keep them abreast of the changes in tax enforcement and adjudication process.
We have said, look, let's expand this training to other areas. And we felt when it comes to issues of adjudication, when we have issues of tax enforcement, we take all cases to the courts. Sometimes we get to the courts, we have to argue and go and bring law and go and do a lot of things. You know, so many things have changed the tax space. So we feel it is better we bring professionals from all over the country who are also training judges in other states.
Expert facilitators took turns to deliver trainings on tax dispute resolution under Nigerian law and precept, division of powers under the 1999 Constitution, the Taxes and Levies Act.
We help the people of Ondo State to get a fresh bearing on matters involving not only generation of revenue, but also collection of revenue and dispute resolution on issues arising from both generation and collection.
The training also featured conversation around curbing tax evasion and avoidance under the Nigerian law, the UK example, and gender issues in the tax space.
It's like a continuation of what is happening in ODRS and the state in general, is that for all stakeholders across the tax-paying spectrum, you need to keep them abreast of what you are doing, you need to enlighten them, and then you need to rub minds with them so as to make the taxation process from collection to endorsement seamless.
The Speaker of Ondo State House of Assembly, Olamide Oladiji, and representative of the State Chief Judge, Justice Adeboyega Adebusoye, said the training will spur more critical attention to issues of tax and revenue collection.
It's going to really help the state while it is all about this tax dispute resolution, how to manage it, and at the same time how to generate revenue for the state.
We are brought in to be able to understand some nitty-gritty relating to tax matters, and with this, I'm sure it has to go a long way to assist us in really be able to weigh the two sides and be able to assist in the generation drive of the state. So I think it's very timely.
Ondo State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Charles Titiloye, who spoke on behalf of the governor, assured residents of judicious utilization of revenue for the state development.
The little you make from your business, what you are entitled to pay to government, you pay it. Those little will go a long way because when you assemble everything together, you see what it will translate to.
The Ondo State Internal Revenue Service says it prosecuted over 200 tax cases in court in year 2023, with plans in place for the construction of a revenue court to allow for more expeditious legal processes.
The Ondo State House of Assembly has tasked the Rufus Giwa Polytechnic OWA to prioritize practical use of acquired scientific and technical knowledge to fast-track all-round growth of the state and the nation. Members of House Committee on Tertiary Institutions, led by Mr. Chris Adebusiwa, during a familiarization visit to the management of the institution, stressed the need for technological advancement. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshola Desoyajai now reports.
The crucial role of technical institutions in providing excellent vocational education towards engendering sustainable socio-economic advancement cannot be underplayed, and members of House Committee on Tertiary Institutions, led by its chairman Chris Ayebusuwa, knowing the part of these institutions to the state's development plans, paid a visit to Rufus Giwa Polytechnic Owo and re-echoed the commitment of the Assembly to support every step towards moving the state to an enviable height. Chairman of the committee, Mr. Chris Ayebusiwa, who appreciated the efforts of the acting rector and his management team in their quest to make the institution a force to reckon with, also said it is imperative to ensure that the product of the institution will nurtured for self-reliance.
We are here as your partner in progress to familiarize ourselves with your institution. We ought to have been here before now, but for so many other state assignments, but this is the right day the Lord has made.
The visit also served as an avenue to interact with the Academic Staff Union of the Polytechnic, where the committee appealed to the union to shelve their planned strike over unpaid salaries in the interest of the students. He noted that plans were already underway to address their plights.
For security of your job, you can be sure. We have civil service rules that stated how job should be protected. And God help you, we are not going to relent in doing that for you. You voted for us to establish between you and the executive. I will not explain to you at any time. Thank you.
The acting rector of the institution, Simon Adegun, commended the committee for the visit and support, maintaining that the mandate of the Polytechnic was to be the first among equals in the country.
We have about 67 programs. And out of these 67 programs, it is only about 25 of them that are accredited, so to say. Others, the accreditation status has expired. The status has expired. And the implication is, if it is not addressed on time, it's going to be a kind of a future that if these accreditations are not carried out for these various programs, it means graduates of these programs, their certificate will not be recognized.
While highlighting some of the achievements recorded, Mr. Adego said the vision and mission of the institution was to stimulate the spirit of excellence in teaching and promotion of creative and innovative thoughts that will stand the test of time. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
And that does it on Sunshine Reports. Many thanks for your time. Compliments of the season.